Hello! I forgot I was filming. Welcome to Low-Sal-life. My name is Sarah, and today we're talking about making a smoothie. Smoothies are really helpful when you're on the go and you just need something to eat and take with you, or if you're just super busy at home and you just need to stop and mix something together. I used to actually make like smoothies every single day of the week and freeze them and pull one out for the day before. I did that when I worked at Starbucks because I'd have to be at work at like 3 in the morning, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, depending on which store I worked at. So it was something that I enjoyed. And I'm trying to compile a list of smoothies that low-sal folks can have. So far I've come up with a pear banana smoothie, which we're gonna make today. I've seen some with apple in them. I don't eat apple, but low-sal folks can eat them, probably. And then I would imagine that a chocolate smoothie or a coffee flavored smoothie would be options. I've also seen some lower moderate smoothies done with like mango or papaya. A lot of the folks on like low-sal for eczema follow a certain protocol, and those are allowed. Those have been like low moderate. I think that there hasn't been enough testing on those. So anyway, that's what we're talking about today. I just want to keep this really simple. I'm really hungry, so I want to get this going. So let's talk about what I have. First is I'm going to make the double recipe, or basically 2 servings. I'm going to split mine with Randy if he wasn't in the mood. Like, let's say I made, whatever. I could certainly just make the double batch, keep it for the next day, or I can just make a half and eat the fruit some other time. For the ingredients I'm using today, I have a peeled pear, and so I've got 1 whole peeled pear. I've got a banana, so I'm going to use a whole banana. This one is not quite as ripe as I prefer them to be. I usually like them. It does have a few freckles on them. Bananas are kind of controversial, so they have been classically negligible fruit, but people still react to them, and what I hear is it's because of the amines. Well, I'm not amine sensitive. I've tested for it. I'm not. But did you know that the banana has actually been retested into the medium category if you include the free and bound salicylates? Now, that doesn't mean that every single person would react to bound salicylates. We don't know what that even means. We don't know if there's something in your stomach that reacts with it and then can release that. We don't know if there's a certain food, like, if you eat it with fats or if you eat it with sugar, something could release the bound salicylates. We don't know. All we know is that it has the potential. So as far as free salicylates, the way that they were tested in 1985, they tested low, but with bound in 2017, they tested quite a bit higher. Now, I think there might be one other test that tested free and bound, but still tested low. One other thing to consider is that as fruit matures, it drops its salicylate levels. So if you get these bananas when they're freckled or almost black and you use those in your smoothies, you're going to have close to negligible salicylates in them, and then they should be okay. One thing about the Malakar 2017 study that tested it as a medium, they didn't specify whether or not it was an unripe green, greenish, freckled, or black banana. So that was really a disservice to us. So it's kind of one of those foods that I recommend that you test. I also do better if they're cooked, if I have them in like banana bread or that kind of thing. So in a normal day, I will only eat about a half a banana, and that's my max. And like I said, very ripe. So we're going to put the whole banana in here with the whole pear. And again, I'm splitting this with So yeah, I also have 1 cup of milk. This is raw milk. So I found a new farmer that delivers to my house. I am so excited. So I get raw cream and raw milk. So this is good whole milk. Now, I would normally mix this with like maybe like half kefir or half yogurt if I had it available, but I'm out of those right now. And I went to the store today, forgot to pick some up. So just milk is fine. You can also use heavy cream if you want to increase your fats a little bit. Well, obviously it's not keto, but you know, I still eat pretty high fat even if I'm eating carbohydrates. Then I'm also going to include some of this stuff. I really like this. This is collagen. You can also use gelatin. These are not vegan or vegetarian, but they are really high in glycine, and glycine, among other things, glycine is actually really good for folks with salicylate sensitivity. It reduces inflammation, and there's a lot of research out there that says that it might actually help us reduce our reactions, but I will cover that research on a different day. I'm going to use 1 scoop of this. If you buy this type of stuff in bulk, that's about a heaping tablespoon. And the last thing I'm going to, oh no, not the last thing. Another thing that I can add to my smoothie is just good old whey protein. I was gonna say, if you don't wanna use whole milk or kefir, you could use a rice or oat milk as a substitute, so that's an option. And then this here is whey protein. We could also use soy protein. This is actually rated this from my mom's kitchen, so it's isopure whey protein. I hadn't used it before, but it's all right. They recommend 1 scoop, which is, I don't remember how much that was. Oh, a 1/4 cup. To me, that seemed like a lot. I didn't really like the taste of it on the last smoothie I did, so I would normally use like half the amount. So I think today when I make it for both of us, I think I'm just gonna do a scant cup, 1/4 cup. So you can play around with what you think is best. If you're vegetarian or vegan, I recommend trying soy protein. That should be fine. I don't know, if you use a different protein powder, let us know in the comments below. All of these ingredients I put up on our directory so that you can find them and you can try them out yourself. I am not a big fan of fiber at all. It's just been, when I was diagnosed with IBS, they told me to go on a high fiber diet, and I just got sicker and sicker. And so, and it wasn't about building up or anything. My body just does not like it. Keto/carnivore works really well for me. Having a super low carb diet is really nice. I still try and get like 1 serving of whole wheat a day or something similar. But anyway, if you need fiber and you're talking with your doctors and all of that, you can try some psyllium husk powder. This is our says that it's low in salicylates. I haven't seen an actual research study that says so, but that is something you can add. And I would, start slowly until you get to the dose that you want. 2 other ingredients that are completely optional, but one I like and the other one's experimental. So I'm going to add poppy seeds to mine. I tried this on the last smoothie I made, and it added a nice little nut texture. I don't know very much. I've seen flaxseed as negligible and super high, so I'm just going to stay away from that. But poppy seeds are nice, especially since like all your fruits are white. Like you're not having a green smoothie. You can't get like that magenta, bright pink color, that says healthy and it, tastes the rainbow. That's what my exercise app recommended to me the other day, and I was like, I can eat 2 colors of food. But that's not entirely true. So anyway, I'm gonna put some of this in there. I think just like a teaspoon should be fine. I think that's what I put last time. And then the other thing I'm going to try is some purple cabbage, purple or red cabbage. I think it's really interesting how it leaves such a bright dye. Like it just bleeds color. And so I'm going to try, after I make these smoothies, I take a photo for you, and Randy's got his smoothie and he's happy. I'm going to try and blend in a little tiny bit of cabbage, purple cabbage, enough to give me some color, but not enough to taste that funky sulfur taste. You know what I'm talking about. Once I figure out what that is, I'll leave it in the recipe. And speaking of recipes, you can find, I'm going to compile a couple of recipes this week and post them. You can find them at lowsal-life.com/recipes, and then you should be able to kind of see what you could possibly make. But you can actually sign in and rate and review them. So if you tried them, or if you tried them with a different product or with a different ratio and liked it, please sign in. This website is for the community. It's not for me. It's for you guys. It's only going to be as good as what you put into it. And that reminds me, I actually forgot one more ingredient, and that is ice. I actually made some just for this video. I don't normally use ice. So in my double recipe, I'll probably put like 5 ice cubes in there, five to 6. You can adjust it to what you like. So I think that's it. Let's get blended. There you have it, two really good smoothies. I am so impressed that I was able to get a purple, it's kind of a purpley pink colored smoothie. This is what the white one looked like. So, and it would have split evenly at 12 ounces, but I put about an extra 4 ounces in there just in case this one turned out terrible. But yeah, so altogether you should have 2 12-ounce servings. But I didn't have another jar like this. So anyway, this turned out so cute and so pretty. It looks like a blueberry smoothie. If only we could have blueberries. I put a shot of it, but I put in 0.3 ounces of cabbage in, which is about 8 grams, probably 8 to 10 grams would be fine. I don't taste the cabbage flavor in it, but it was dark enough to color it. I would imagine too, if you kind of cooked it just a smidge, that you could get more color, but this would be so much fun, especially if you have kids that are sick and tired of eating white stuff all the time and you're trying to present things that look pretty. You could sneak some cabbage in there. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm gonna go serve these up for us. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Low-sal-life. I'm also on Facebook, but I don't use it very much. Anyway, so if you have Instagram, do find me on there. You can also contact me through low-sal-life.com /about, I think is what it is. There's a contact form in there. You can email me through that. I'm happy to answer any emails that you guys send me or any questions. But do check out the low-sal-life.com /recipes page. That's where I'm gonna put this recipe, and then also a few other smoothie recipes that I might find or dig out of my recipe box that I used to make. So I think that's it for now. I will see you next week. Have a great weekend and Happy New Year. Whatever your New Year's resolutions might be, I'm sure most of you guys are always looking for better health, and I just am so privileged to be a part of this community and to just have found such immense health and recovery through a low salicylate diet. So please feel free to reach out to me anytime you have any questions. Take care.